Welcome back, Rankers. You having a good week? We are. We've got a new baby in the Stuart Media family. So what goes on here, I'm just the front, right? There's another 20 people out there, and one of the most important people is our head of development that's been with us for nearly 6 years, Jen. She heads up the team of about 11 developers out there. She's just had a baby, and his name is Spencer. So congratulations to Jen and her husband, Stanley, and big welcome to Spencer. Pretty excited. Now, what I wanted to talk to you about today was more about mobile. So I've been talking to a lot of people recently. I've been speaking to a lot of web developers, and they're all pretty busy right now because everyone's moving to responsive design. Now, we still haven't had the doorway pages update. Okay, I said that was going to be last week. Still haven't got it. But what we do know is the mobile update is coming in 3 weeks' time. So we're going to have a bit of a double whammy. The window is closing. I would have thought they would have done the doorway pages update a couple of weeks ago to let things settle before the push out the mobile update. Now I don't know. Maybe the doorway pages update will come after the mobile update. But the mobile update's going to smash people hard. I was talking to a couple of businesses in Melbourne yesterday, high-profile businesses that hadn't heard about the mobile update. Now they're not service-based, they're sort of entertainment-based, I guess you'd say, and they're not ready. So they've got 3 weeks before they lose probably about 30% of their traffic from Google Mobile Search. Now, it's important not only for organic search to be responsive and friendly, but here's a stark example of why it's important. So this is the shopping campaign, and for those of you who missed the shopping campaign, Google Shopping Campaign webinar, that's up on YouTube now, so just send an email to tech@stuartmedia.com.au and we will make sure you get a link to go and watch that webinar. Now, a couple of things. This is a Google Shopping Campaign. A couple of things with the Google Shopping Campaign that may make you go, what's that all about, Jim? One is that the bounce rate is up around nearly 72%, which normally you would say, that sucks. But in the case of a Google Shopping Campaign, you're putting the item directly in front of the person that is looking for that item and they want to buy that item. They click on it, and in this case, for the most part, they're only seeing 3 pages. And Google is seeing that as a high bounce rate because you go from one page to another page and then you're out of there. The reason for that is, of course, is because they're buying things, so they don't need to stick around. So in this case, I wouldn't say the bounce rate, a high bounce rate like 72%, is necessarily a bad thing. What I wanted to show you, though, is this is the one that we were talking about a few weeks back. So at the moment, you can see here we've spent just under 7,300 and we've made nearly, 81,493. Okay, so good return. The ones that stand out, though, if you have a look at the desktop, it's nearly 5,000 for 67,000 revenue. So that's around about 1,300, 1,400 return on your ad spend. Then if we have a look at mobile, though, we've got it at 1,425 and 6,500 revenue. So that's only about a 400% ROI. And then your iPads or your tablets, which is up around, about 900% ROI. So our mobile here is significantly down on our conversion rate. You can see here it's only 0.5% as opposed to nearly 2% on the desktop. The reason for that is that this site is not mobile friendly. It's not responsive design. So if you could get that up to around the desktop, conversion rate of 2%, you're bringing in another 15 grand. So, and because this is a lot cheaper to advertise to this audience, it's only 38 cents. So you're talking about a 20% drop in your actual costs for getting the traffic there on a mobile. If you got that up to 2%, you're getting around close to 1,500% return on your ad spend. So that's pretty good. Now, the Google shopping stuff that we've seen work well, this is probably the poster child, this campaign at the moment. But we're seeing it work well, really well, for things that people know what they are. So things that have model numbers, things that are known brands, or you can buy at more than one outlet. They seem to be working better than, say, products that don't necessarily have a direct competitor. They might be part of a category. So, for instance, clothing. You might have, I don't know, blue jumpers. Well, there might be 5 types of different blue jumper. They don't convert as well as do the things that I know I want that model number, I know I want that thing. So if you're in that business, if you're in e-commerce, then Google Shopping's working really well for sites where they're selling a known item. Okay, this is they tell me they're going to be responsive by the 21st of April. If they don't, it's not going to affect this traffic at all, but what it will affect, of course, and this is how you find this stuff out, right? We're in AdWords campaigns here, and then I've said, show me a secondary dimension of users, and I want to see whether they're mobile or not. Okay, so that's how I've looked at this campaign. If I want to go and see what we're about to lose by not being responsive, and we've only got 3 weeks, I would go up into audience, and then into mobile, and then into devices. And from there I can see that the Apple iPhones are delivering $37,000 worth of business in this time frame with a conversion rate of 0.52. So that 0.52 on the Google Shopping campaign, it was 0.54. So slightly better on the Google Shopping campaign, but this is all traffic. Okay, so it's going to vary again depending on where they came in from. So I can once again say second dimension, show me acquisition, and show me the source and the medium, which will tell me which ones are converting better. So we can see here Apple iPhone, and we've got CPC and organic here. And if we have a look over here, we can see that generally the CPC is performing worse than organic. So I can spend all the money I want over here, but I'm still going to get a lower conversion rate, and I'm about to lose, 15,000 at least worth of traffic, plus probably, another 10 or 20,000 from other devices that we're getting, like the Samsung here. What's that? There's another $2,500 just for the Samsung devices, which incidentally, from Google Organic, Samsung devices are converting at nearly double that of iPhone devices. Smaller sample size, but yeah, that's significant. So 3 weeks, basically, for your mobile responsive, mobile friendly site. If you don't, that's what you're going to lose. That's the sort of traffic you're going to lose, and what you're going to have to spend. You're going to have to spend more in Google AdWords to get that traffic back, and it's not going to convert as well as what it would have if you were responsive design in Google Organic. So if you're not, we don't do responsive design, by the way. I've got no vested interest in making any money out of taking sites to mobile responsive design. You need to speak to your web developer about that. All I'm saying is that if you don't, you're going to lose a significant amount of money. Anyway, if you see any signs of the Google Doorway Pages update, let us know. We haven't seen anything yet. We're monitoring my particular point of reference will be Freddie. G'day, Freddie. Hope you're watching. And Skip Hire Earlwood, and he's still number 2. So I reckon he's ripe to get hit by the Doorway Pages update. So keep an eye out for it. You've got 3 weeks. Focus on getting your mobile friendly site ready first. That's going to be far more important than trying to work out what's going to happen with the Google Doorway Pages update. That's it for this week, and happy birthday to Spencer. See you next week. Bye.